Yes, yes, yes. Welcome After Dark with Shawn Cornelius. You guys are here in the building, and it's good to see you again, doing another show. And I wore this director's hat for a reason. So I want to say, first of all, I want to say hello to BronxNet and hello to you out there on Optimum and Fios 2134 and Channel 68. And thank you for tuning in again this week for another show. I got a fantastic show lined up for you. Um, Gosh, there's talent always on every show, but tonight's even more, even more. I've worked with this man as an actor. I worked with this man as a director. I've seen some of the things that he's been doing. You'll see some of the things he'll talk about, some of the projects that he's been working with. And I got Steven Strickland here on the show tonight. That's our special guest, and you guys are you're front row and center. So we're gonna do all that. We're gonna have some fun like we normally do. We'll sit back and watch for the specialties. You got to watch the specialties. I got some specialties for you, and you'll enjoy. So let's go ahead and get this show started. Um, this man hosts shows. This man's an actor. He's done some things, worked his way up to some national television stuff, and I'll have him explain some of those things to you. All around good guy, fun guy to be around, and a talented dude to be around. I was so happy to have him in my project. So, Stephen Strickland, welcome to the show, my brother.
Welcome, welcome. What's up, Sean? Glad to be here, man. Thanks for having me, brother.
Everything is cool. I'm glad that you're able to do it. I know we talked last year towards the end of the year, and you had some things going on, plus COVID, and we have some stuff. So I'm glad that you made it and you were able to come and join me tonight.
Yes, man. I'm glad to be here. Glad to be here.
Good deal. Well, we got so much to get into on the show, but I wanted to start off by letting people know a little bit of the earliness that things that you did and where you're from. You know, just the regular rigmarole of stuff to do, and then we'll get into the hot topics of the things that you do.
Okay.
So let's start from the beginning, where you're from, and when you started doing some of the things that you're doing now.
Well, I'm from my daddy's sack. People say I'm from my mama's womb, but I had to get there first. I had to
I,
get there first.
I forgot to tell them how this show was going to be, but anyway.
No, man, but I'm from Newark, New Jersey, from the Brick City, born and raised. Um, um, March 1st, 1978, I came into this world, kicking and screaming, and been doing my thing ever since. I started acting. I want to say early on, preschool, in school plays and things like that. But I guess my real start was first grade. I did a play at Chancellor Avenue Annex, and I was the lead of the show, and I was breakdancing, and the crowd loved it, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool." So as the years went on, I was doing plays in church and school. Shout out to St. Paul Sounds of Praise Pentecostal Fellowship Ministries. Grew up in the church. My grandmother brought me to the church when I was 4 years old, and did plays and what do they call them, recitations and programs and things like that. And as I got older, got more into acting, and I've been quote unquote professionally acting, I guess, since 1999. That's when I got my first paying gig in 1999, doing a play called Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places, written by Melissa then Huggins. Now she's Melissa Muhammad. Shout out to her.
Let me
And
stop you real quick. Let me
yep.
stop you real quick. Let me ask you: is it something that you wanted to do yourself that you got into it? Was it the money? Was it someone you saw that got you started into the acting, or what? Was it just fun for fun?
Well, I grew up just like a lot of people that were blessed to have televisions. So I would watch, cartoons and, think that was real. And then, as I, watch TV shows and movies, the actors used to have an effect on me or touch me through the screen. And I always thought that was an amazing thing. And in the beginning, my goals were in sports. I wanted to be a professional football player because Emmitt Smith was my favorite football player. Shout out to the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes, of
And
course, of course.
and yeah, so I wanted to do that. And acting was more of a fun thing. But then when the opportunity presented itself to be able to do both, go to college and play football, and that had a theater program. I jumped on it. I didn't stay in school, so I went to school in '96, left school in '97, so didn't stay
Right,
long. But
right,
you know, from '97 to '99, I guess was just trying to get back into the world. I guess after being a grown up or what have you. And then in '99, a good friend of mine, Denise Peoples, hit me up and said that she was doing this play and they were looking for, they were, and that she had a role that I would fit perfectly. And so I went, and a lot of people know this story. So I went to the audition, and I'm looking at the character breakdown. The name of the character was Ray Ray, and I'm like, okay, there's always a Ray Ray in the hood. And then as I'm reading it more, it says flamboyantly gay homosexual, flamboyant homosexual. Sorry, flamboyant homosexual. I said, hold on a second, let me be right back. So I called Denise. I was like, yo, sis, what's up? What you trying to say? You said the role was perfect for me. And she's like, no, fool, just do what you do. Because I was imitating Martin when he was doing
right,
Shanae,
right.
imitating Damon
Sure.
Wayans, excuse me, doing Men on Films, and Jamie Foxx doing Wanda. So when I would do that, that would make people laugh. She said, just bring that to the character. And they
Right,
loved it. And, and the rest is history. So originally, no, that wasn't my goal. My goal was to be a professional football player. And then, I don't want to say I stumbled into acting because I've always loved to do it, but I became more serious after that first laugh on stage, because in the play, I'm the first person on stage. I was the first person on stage.
right,
And
right.
my look was of a masculine nature back in the day,
Sure.
when the tight shirts were out and the big
Yes,
pants with the
yes.
with the flares before everything became fitted, right?
Right, right.
So,
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
muscles. I'm trying to get back to it. I had muscles, so I would come out and all the ladies would be like, "Ooh, okay, okay." And then my first line was, how you know he wasn't talking about me? And everybody in the audience was like, "What?" So with that laugh and that reaction from the audience, it was like, okay, cool. This is gonna be fun every night when I catch the people that have never seen the show. When they hear me speak and the antics that my character would do, I just love the reaction of the crowd and love putting smiles on people's faces. And that's what my purpose in life is. I feel is to bring joy, laughter, happiness, to the people, of the world, and do
Yeah,
what the actors would do for me, touch me through the screen and touch me through the stage and have an effect on, how I see things in life. Because as an actor, we have a huge responsibility, because people are looking at us like, okay, if art is imitating life and vice versa, okay, what are you offering to my life as an actor and my psyche, and how I think about things. So to answer your question, no, it wasn't always something I wanted to do, but it's something I've always done.
yeah. Now you've been able to do a whole bunch though, even though it wasn't something that you chose that you wanted to do.
Hmm.
You've hosted shows, which is also another extension of what we do.
Right.
You've hosted things. You've not always been in front, but I'll get to the bookings and things that you've gotten
Hmm.
recently later on. But you've done quite some things. Now you've done some things for me. Um, when did you actually get to the point where you like, this is something I really want to do? This is something you don't have to give me a year, but
Oh,
what
I
was it?
can.
What was it that made you actually want to do this?
It was around that same time. It was like once I booked that play, I was like, okay, I think I'm on to something. Because coming up in church and school plays, people would always say, you're good, you're good, you should do this, and I never really thought about it. And then, like I said, in '99, when I went out for that play, and it was a paying gig, I was like, okay, I can get paid to do this, because I didn't know that actors really got paid until like later on in life, like around that time. Excuse me. And I was like, yeah, I could do this. So around 99, I did that play and then did another play and did another play. So I did like 3 plays back to back, and they were all pretty much the same character. And then I was like, well, I kind of had to put a stop to that because I didn't want to get, typecast. But
Right, right.
um but yeah, it was around that time between 99 and 2000, 2001. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this is what I want to do, you know. So
Okay.
yeah, around that time.
All right. But you do what you do well.
Oh, thank you, brother.
You do it really well, and I wanted to you not only just do the acting thing.
Right.
Do you write as do you write also? Do you write some things?
Um, I mean, I write my name on job applications. But I yes and no. I say yes because I say yes. Yes, I write. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Yes, I write. Like I have ideas. I just haven't put them down on the paper yet. I
Yeah.
did a
Right.
film. I was blessed to direct, star in, and produce a film called Sorted under my production company Strickland Media Group, and
Okay.
it's based on a monologue that my friend and co-star Katie Mack wrote. And I took that monologue and I wrote a screenplay to make it, worthy for the screen. And so I think that was pretty much I want to say my real first time writing something, but it was already there. I just had to add pieces and things like that. But I'm writing something as we speak. So not right now, but
Right. I was
I'm
going to
writing
say
I'm
you real
writing a
good.
project. I'm writing a project, and it's a passion project for me. And I'm saying right now it's gonna be big. It's gonna be big.
Okay. So you jumped in. You obviously you know hosting is just another thing that you do, um, which is on that side of the side of acting as well.
Hmm.
Because sometimes you gotta. I know you host so many different type of events.
Hmm.
Um, you did something for me in the Baker series where you played an officer. You
Yep.
played. You played. Now who did you? Who I don't like. I don't like to tell everything that I do. You know what I mean.
Hmm.
So you can talk about some of that because we were wanting to do things for a while
Hmm.
together, but we did something else together.
Well, first
Oh,
we did a play. No, wait.
yes, we
How did
did. Yes, we did.
yeah, we did. I'm trying to remember how I met you first. Was it through that play?
I, it was probably. I think it was during through the
I
play.
think it was during. I think it was during the play because I had seen you on TV. You're right. Because when I met you, I said, "Aren't you that comedian?" I said, "I can't remember that joke." Uh, and then I
Yes.
gave you a piece of the joke. He was like, "Oh yeah, it's he ain't think about you because he think about you." That
Right.
song.
Right. Right.
But yeah,
Moke and
so
Steph. Moke and Steph. He's
right,
mine.
Mocha song. Yeah, he's my man all the time. You may have had it once, but I got him all the
But
time, or
I
something
got
like
him
that.
all the
He was like, he
time.
ain't think
Yeah.
about you. Hilarious. So yeah,
Right.
I saw you on BET, and then we met. I was like, oh snap! So it was cool, like meeting you in person, and then we were able to do this play together. Um, oh
Best
my
kept
God,
secrets. Well, you better not forget that. Best kept secrets.
best kept secrets, right, right. Oh my God, best kept secrets. I actually played his
You play
son,
my
his
son. You
long
play my
lost
son.
son.
Yep. You
It's
play my
crazy. I
son.
pulled a gun out on everybody. It was crazy.
Yeah, you
Um,
did an
but
excellent
yeah, so
job in
met
that.
Shawn through that, and we build a brotherhood, friendship, a kinship. He asked me, I think, to be in a music video.
Yes.
Um, uh, uh, I played, I think, a host in the video. I rocked with him a little bit as his sidekick.
Yes. And
Was it Bartholomew?
Bartholomew. I was
Bartholomew
Mocha Black. And
and Welcome Black. Yes.
there were some
So
things
yeah,
we did
Sean and I
together.
have had some fun together, man. So it's great to reconnect with you, brother.
That's what I
Um,
wanted to ask you. Like, what do you enjoy? You've done so much. We've done
mhm,
so much together, and I've seen a lot of your talent and your skill set.
mhm.
What do you enjoy the most out of the acting and the whole deal?
Well, acting is my first love. Acting is definitely my first love. You do all those other things. You become a writer, you become a director, you become a producer by way of necessity. Because as an actor, you can do a project and be waiting for years for it to come out.
Right.
And as actors, we want to have clips for our reel because that's like our visual resume. People
Right,
look at the
right.
resume, they see all the things that you've done, all the plays, all the films, TV, whatever it is, and it's like, okay, they booked you, but I want to see what you can do. So there we have.
Exactly.
So now
Right.
we have, the reels. So it's like, okay, well, now instead of waiting for people to hire you for their content, you want to write and or direct your own content. So that's where that comes from. But acting is always my favorite.
Right.
Hosting, I fell into hosting. I have my favorite hosts. My favorite hosts. I don't know if that's something you wanted to get into later, but
Yeah, no, that's fine. Just
okay.
we got
So
time, brother. Whatever you want to
okay,
do.
so my favorite hosts, when I was coming up watching TV, were Sinbad.
Hmm.
Would love to meet him one day. Arsenio Hall, come on now, late night
Right.
television king.
Right. Right.
Um, Steve Harvey, once he got on to Showtime at the Apollo, there was this guy back in the day. I used to do fashion shows, and there was this
Okay.
guy named L.A. Suave. I don't know where he was from. I think he was from Jersey. I don't know where he is now, but he was a tremendous host. The way he talked about the clothes, interacted with the crowd, I was like, that's dope. And then you have Talent, who's one of my favorite comedians,
Right. Right.
and and hosts.
Local.
Um,
Local hat. Yep.
yeah, man, Talent. That's the man. I was able to, I was blessed to have him on my show. When he agreed to do that, I was in heaven, bro. But yeah, so hosting is just something I kind of fell into because of my personality. Years I've been hosting for, I want to say 10 plus years now, because
Yeah.
my first
Yeah.
gig was, I can't remember if it was a Sweet 16 or if it was a baby shower. Because if it was the Sweet 16, the young lady is now 26 or 27.
Oh wow.
So
So we're talking 10 years.
right, yeah. So her stepmom had asked me to host her Sweet 16, and I was like, I've never hosted before. And she was like, just do what you do. I just need somebody to engage the crowd. And somebody would always say, engage the crowd, keep the crowd
Hmm.
busy, and da 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 da.
Hmm.
And I was like, okay, I guess I can do that. And everybody enjoyed it. They had a great time. And then she hired me again for her, when she had a baby, for her baby shower. I did that. Everybody had a great time. And my wife that I was with at the time, my ex-wife, she said to me, hey, make a business card and put it out there. And once I did that, put it online, people were like, yo, I didn't know you did this. And I was like, well, I
Right.
didn't know I
Right.
did this either, but I do. And that's how the ball, that's how the ball started
So
rolling. It
so
used to be
let's
called Strictly Hosting. Now it's under the company, Strickland Media Group. So
right.
yeah, man,
You've been
that's been a
so
blessing.
you've been doing that, man. Well, let's jump into this real quick. Let's jump into this and then we'll go back.
Hmm.
You've gotten some television work. It's itself book. You've got booked because I see it on social media, and you let people know when you get booked, and you've put some stuff out there.
Yeah.
What was it like to get your first, and what was your first TV
Ooh.
booking? And
Okay.
because you've been doing quite a few things since then.
All right. So when it comes to TV shows, television shows, first time I was on, well, the first gig I booked, like a major motion picture, was, I was background work, so a lot of actors, we start in background work. So I got my first real check from the movie that Chris Rock did. It was called Down to Earth. It was the
Oh,
remake
okay.
of Heaven Can Wait.
Yes, yes.
So
I
I was in
recall
the
both
Apollo
movies.
crowd, and that was the
Okay.
first time I'd ever been in the Apollo, and found out that Apollo is like this. On TV, it looked like this, but in real life, it's like this. So I did that,
Right.
got my check from Universal Pictures. I never forget Universal Pictures, and I was like, okay, cool. The next thing I did was background on Ugly Betty, which used to come on ABC,
Right. Right.
and the character they were looking for,
Right.
was a P Diddy type. Well, back then it was Sean Puffy Combs type. So this was back when I had hair. I had on, I brought my shades. I had on a blazer, and I think I had a shirt unbuttoned or whatever. The look,
Yeah,
the youth pastor look,
I got
or what they call business casual.
you.
And the scene, America Ferrera, who played, I forgot her name, Ugly Betty. Duh, she played Betty. She was in front of me, talking to the guy that played Michael, right? And I was in between them. I'm trying to get it right. Okay. I was in between them, and she walked away, and they cued me to like step up and like grab a drink. So people was like, "Yo, I saw you on TV. I'll be back." So there was that, and then I did some background work on some, some other films where I didn't get seen. But my first co-star role was on a show. My first network television co-star role was on a show called The Village. It was on NBC. It only did one season. I think it was a great show. I would have loved to see more show.
Okay.
I had 2 lines. My lines were, and I got teased for this a lot. My lines were, "Take your time," and then the next line was, "Thank you." So people were calling me the Thank You Man. So,
Hey,
but that was
listen,
great.
you were on television. It was on,
Facts.
it was on TV.
So, yeah. So that was my first co-star.
Now let's jump really quickly, and because I want them to know that it's not just as easy as that, just to jump and get a role
Oh
or to
no,
get a speaker role. Some people are background
for
characters
life.
forever,
Right.
forever. Some don't have any lines at all, and that's what they do for a living. They are background. Some are background, and they have lines.
Right.
So some who
Feature
bounce out to
background.
become,
Yep.
yeah, some branch out to become stars. What
Yeah.
do you want? What do you want to do, and what are you doing to get there?
Well, I mean, like you said, I've been blessed to do a lot. My most recent, the last booking I had, my next major television appearance, I guess, was on the ID channel. I did a couple of those reenactment shows. Um,
Right.
um, Evil Lives Here, the Homicide City, and Primal Instinct. See, I love playing cops. People in my neighborhood some of them are scared of me because they think I might be a real cop.
And you played a cop in my show. You played a detective.
Yes,
Well,
and
you
that's because
were you were more than a detective. You were a
I
sergeant.
was. I think it was your
You
captain
were the
or
captain. You were the
something like
captain.
that.
Hmm.
Um, and that's because I grew up on shows like that. I mean, Dukes of Hazzard wasn't a cop show, but they were cops. Dukes of Hazzard,
Basically,
Starsky and Hutch, New York Undercover, Hill Street Blues, all those, Hunter,
right.
T.J. Hooker, Chips, all that stuff, all the cop dramas I grew up on. So I love playing cops and or authoritative figures on procedural shows. They're called procedural shows.
Right.
So that's where I want my career to go, and so I set myself up to play those types of roles. As other roles come, I take them, cool, because it comes with a job,
Yeah.
but
Sure.
that's kind of where I would like for my career to go, to be a lead and or a series regular on, at the top it would be a cop drama, but definitely everybody wants to be a lead or recurring character on, and it's recurring, people. It's not reoccurring. They put it together. It's recurring.
Now,
Just
really
like it's
quickly,
not videographer, it's videographer.
how hard, Stephen? Let's be honest. Some people it's easy for. Some people it's hard for. Some people it's in the middle for.
Hmm.
Just like life is in general.
Oh yeah.
Um, how long have you been at this? What's the time frame you've been at it? Because I also see behind you, do what you love what you do. I know the
Oops.
LWYD,
Do what you love
do what you love what you do.
and love what you do.
How
Yes.
long have you been at this?
Well, like I said, if somebody wants to do the math, like I said, my first paying gig was 1999. My first professional gig was 1999. So that's 20 plus years.
And
20 plus years I've been doing
you're
this,
still at
and
it.
within the last 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22. But yeah, within the last 5 years is when things really started to
Right.
jump off. And that's because, when starting out, to be an actor, a consistent working actor, you really need the time. And,
Sure.
Coming up, you got to pay bills,
Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
was working a 9 to 5,
Yeah.
several 9 to 5s, my whole life. And it's like, I really didn't have time to go and audition. You really need to have time to go and audition. And, like with my manager now, Baker Management, I met him through, I think, Eric McKay. I met him through Eric McKay,
Mm-hmm.
and shout
Mm-hmm.
out to Eric.
Mm-hmm.
And because I was like, yeah, man, I'm looking for, because everybody, got to get an agent, got to get a manager. So I was like, I need representation to take me, to get me indoors that otherwise I wouldn't be able to get into myself. So
Sure,
he
sure.
introduced me to Jamie Baker, and it was a freelance situation. So, I have management now. People are always asking me, you got a manager? Yeah. How'd you get your management? Here's how I got my management. I don't know if I'll get in trouble with Jamie for this, but hey, it is what it is. It's the truth. It's my journey.
Right.
From 2014, I think it was when I met Jamie, I freelanced with him. I didn't book anything. In the beginning, it was because I was working. He would send me stuff and say the audition is at 1 o'clock. I can't go. But he would keep sending me stuff. He would keep sending me stuff. And then once I started to
Right.
take off work and use my PTO to go audition, or if I was working at a job where my boss was cool and gave me like an extra 10 minutes to get back on my lunch break, I would use my lunch break to go audition and things like that. So, but I
Right.
wasn't
Right.
booking
Right.
roles.
Right.
And then, as far as, having management now, when I booked FBI Most Wanted last year, then I finally signed him. So I was with Jamie for 6 years and hadn't booked one thing, but he kept sending me stuff, And I feel that's nothing but God, land me on Jamie's heart to just keep sending me stuff. And then when I booked FBI Most Wanted, I said, so can I sign something now? He was like, yep. So we signed the contract. So now I have a manager. But prior to that, I had an agent for about a year. In 2018, that's how I was able to get on the ID channel, and I booked this and booked The Village, and I booked this movie called A Nice Girl Like You, which is now on Amazon Prime, starring Lucy Hale.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
and yeah, because I met this other actor. Because getting an agent, most of the time, 90% of the time, it comes through referral.
Sure.
So I did a short film called I Got a Call Back with my boy Lester Green. And he was like, so what's next for you? I said, well, man, I'm trying to find representation. He was like, here are 3 agents that I work with. Reach out to them, mention my name, boom, boom, boom. One of them got back to me. It was called Real Sisters Talent. They were based in North Carolina, but they closed their doors. I was with them. I signed with them at the top of 2018, but then they closed their doors. They were only in business for like 10 years. They closed their doors in 2019. So since then, I had been looking, for representation. But then in 2021, hallelujah,
Yeah.
Jamie Baker was like, all right, come on over here and sign this now. So,
Well,
yeah.
here's the thing too, man. My first
Oh,
thing
wait.
was
And I have to let people know that having an agent or a manager is not the end all, be all. You still have to submit yourself to things, on these
sure,
different sites,
sure,
Actors
sure.
Access, whatever stage you're in. If you're on the backstage level, if you're on casting networks and Actors Access, you still have to submit
Well,
yourself.
even
And
some
if
of
you
the big
happen to have
stars.
representation, they'll see that you have representation. Reach out to your manager or your agent, and
Yep.
then the agent will, contact you. So you still got to fight for yourself and still submit and do your part in your career. You can't just sit
No, it's
around and
very
wait for your
important.
agent and
You're right.
management to send you stuff. You got to
You're
submit and
right.
say, hey, and
Yeah.
you got to have a talk with them and say, hey, this is how I want my career to go. Let's develop something that will make my trajectory that way. But and like I said, if things come along that I fit, boom, by all means, submit me and things like that. So got to put that
No.
out there.
No, no, you're right because I'll still remember what I was going to say. There are a lot of established stars and actors who tell people who want to do that now.
Hmm.
They're still out there banging the doors down. They're still out there getting stuff. You know what I mean? So it's not just once you get to a certain level, yeah, but it takes a while to get to that level before. And even if you get to that level, you're still auditioning. You're still
Yeah,
doing things. Now, my very first thing was a Law and Order. That was when
nice.
I came from down south and I said I want to get into this. I saw one of my friends from college get in, and he was on Law and Order. And I was sitting down at Burger King on 125th Street, and I got the phone call. I thought the phone call was somebody playing around, and they called back, and they was like, "Yo, hello, is this Shawn?" I was like, "Yeah, Law and Order, blah blah blah." I got on and did it. Tell the people really quickly because we're going to take a break. How they can get in touch with you if they want to get in touch with you, email wise, and get some information, some more information.
You can get in touch with me on Facebook, Steven Strickland, like it's spelled, sorry, right here. Steven Strickland. You can email me at strictlytalent1. That's STRICKLY talent 1@gmail.com. You can also reach out to me at my production company, Strickland Media Group 1@gmail.com. I'm on Instagram. I am Steven Strickland. And I think that's how you can find me. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's definitely got a lot of stuff behind him, and film, and a whole bunch of information behind him for you guys if you want to reach out and connect. And not just talented actor. When you see some of the serious stuff that he does, some of the funny stuff that he creates on that level. So we're going to take a break. And we're going to come back. We're going to give Steve a chance to catch his breath. And we'll be back with more. You're going to hang out with us and do the second half. Now, the second half is about love, romance, relationships, and blase blase. So now you're not going to run away, are you?
I mean, my door is right here because I'm in my room right now. My door is
Okay, so
5 feet away, well, 4 feet away.
Okay, well, pray now.
Yeah,
and then come on back and make sure. And we'll just take it easy. It'll be a lot of fun. I've never had a guest step off and run, so you should be
cool.
You should be all right. All right.
All right, maybe I'll just walk fast. I won't run. I might walk fast.
That's all. So we'll be back with the multi-talented Steven Strickland on After Dark with Shawn Cornelius after these short breaks.
What's happening, family? This is Malik Yoba. I want to send a shout out to my boy Shawn Cornelius for his Enough is Enough movement. Keep raising your voice, keep using your platform, keep doing the work, doing what you need to do to make sure we see the change that we all want to see. And by the way, still waiting on that t-shirt and a hat. And I think you might owe me some money too, man. I'm just saying, homie. No, love is love. Keep doing the work, bro. Proud of you. Peace.
Hey, it's Bethany Brown. I played Null, or Janet Petty, in The Flash. Shawn Cornelius, your new movement, Enough is Enough? Phenomenal. Man, everybody let your voice be heard and go support Shawn's campaign, Enough is Enough. It's time. Bye.
Hi, this is Coco McMillan, and you're watching After Dark with Shawn Cornelius.
All right. Welcome back to After Dark with Shawn Cornelius. Sitting in with my special guest, Mr. Steven Strickland. You're laughing at some of my commercials.
Yo, you better give Malik Yoba his money, son.
I
think you owe me some money too.
Yeah, everybody wants a little bit.
I did a logo for you. I don't know if you use it that much.
Hey, listen, I want people to know that I ask these folks ahead of time. They know me by now. Some people say, "Nah, it's all good. I'm gonna just go ahead and do it." No what? But then at the end of the break, whatever they. Anyway, I sent Malik his shirt and hat. He's all
cool.
Good.
Hey man, because enough is enough. All right.
It's enough. Steven Strickland is sitting in with us, man. We are moving off into our love section and going to hit him with some questions and things. So, Steven, do me a favor. Can you abracadabra for me? Can you give us a little abracadabra?
Abracadabra.
I have no idea what that was, but it worked. It worked out. Thank you so much, brother. We are in the love zone right now. And the love zone, we find out about our guests' love specialty. And these are all you. So they're truths. They're you. They're easy. They should be easy. Let's
love
rock.
Specialty. Okay. All right. Okay. You think you can do this to me? Huh? All right. Okay. We're going to do this here. Okay.
Real easy. You ready? Take that sip of water. Take that sip of water, and let's knock out this first one. What is your definition of love? What is Steven Strickland's definition of love?
Ultimate, unconditional care and support for people, If you're talking about the one-on-one, then it's the person that you're with. Other than that, I think it's like a universal, unconditional care and support for people.
Okay. And now all these are whatever you decide to ask. If you have a question about some, you can ask me.
Okay.
That's fine. But it's your answers. Give me your definition of romance. Your definition of romance.
Romance. Cliche answer, sweeping off the feet. No, paying attention to what your significant other likes, dislikes, and try to stay away from the dislikes. But a surprise, a nice, calming and sentimental moments. There we go. Sentimental moments that shows that you've been paying attention to what he or she has said about what they like, in a relationship or in an evening and things that they want to do.
Okay.
Just something that just takes their mind off of whatever is going on around them, and it's just you, and it's just real nice and romantic.
Cool. All right. So you gave us your answer for love. You gave us your definition of romance. Give us an example of a date you've been on or a date you'd like to go on that involves both of them.
Romance. 1998, somewhere between 1997 and 98, somewhere around there. I met this young lady. She was an older woman. I don't know. I've kind of like been into older women for the majority of my life. I was 22. No, I think I was 20 at the time. So whatever that math is, I think it was 20 at the time. She was 25. So what I would say was together we were 22 and a half, right?
Okay,
so,
that works.
So we went to the NJ Pack to see a play. I think it was Carousel. We went to go see a play called Carousel. And then after that, I had rented a limo, picked her up. We went to the NJ Pack and, enjoyed the show. And then afterwards, I had a picnic basket and a radio in the back of the trunk. Well,
nice.
In the trunk.
Okay,
nice.
Trunk,
in the trunk. And we stopped at Kentucky Fried Chicken and got a chicken pot pie because she said she liked chicken pot pie. So that's when you listen, what she likes. So got a chicken pot pie. So we went down to, I guess back in the day it was called the Pier maybe or something like that. And out by the water, we got the picnic, we got the chicken pot pie. That thing was hot, but it was delicious. I made a slow jam tape. Made a slow jam tape, pop that sucker in there, hit play, and we're dancing by the water. We are dancing by the water. And then at the end of the night, she was saying how romantic it was and how that was the best date she had ever been on. And a younger man had took her on the best date she had ever been on until up until that point in her life.
That time. Right.
And then go to drop her off at, because this is after dark. Okay. So here we go.
Sure.
So went to drop her off, with the limo, walked her to her door, gave her a kiss goodnight. And she said, hold on, wait right here. And she walked to the limo and the limo pulled off. I was like, how am I getting home? She was like, don't worry about that. I got you.
Right.
So we went inside the house and she reminded me of how that was the best date she had ever been on. She felt like a princess. Go seeing a show, dancing, romantic, picnic by the water at nighttime. It was just like real romantic. And, then, she brought me aside, like I said, told me how good she felt. And then she showed me how good she felt. And I'm gonna sip some water on that.
Yeah, we can pause it right there. We got we got some we're gonna move on to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll carry on.
I'm just gonna say I did what I love.
Okay.
And I love what I did.
You love what you did.
No, she loved what I did.
Okay, cool.
Ah,
What makes Steven Strickland so unique? What makes him
oh,
unique? Now, I have a few more. Well, go ahead, answer that question.
what makes me unique?
What makes you unique? Choose that
You know what?
in like 2 minutes
Honestly,
or less. In 2 minutes or less,
okay.
you got to
Honestly,
figure
I
that out.
don't think that means I talk too long. Okay.
No, no,
Honestly,
no.
I don't think I'm unique. You know, but I'm one of those people that loves to listen to people. You know, I love to talk. You know, if you give me the opportunity to, if I have something to talk about, but I love to listen to people because that's how you learn more about people. And and I'm like a buffer between people sometimes. Like I'm listening for certain things, and it's like okay, but I'm a listener. I think that's one of my superpowers is that I'm a good listener.
Okay, all right, that works. That works. Um, you're walking down the beach and you see a can or a bottle, and you kick it, and out comes your genie, and it happens to be me. Now I'm trying to work my way up and get my three wishes, but I only got one wish for you, and your one wish has to involve love. What is your one wish that I can grant you involving love, Mr. Strickland?
Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. No. um, one wish. Okay, now
One
you're making me
wish.
think about Ray J. If I had one wish, and it has to
whatever,
involve love.
whatever works for you. It has to
Oh,
involve love.
this is
Yep.
gonna be corny, man. You know, love across the world. You know, you know.
Now, wait a minute. Why is that corny to you?
I mean, not
Because
corny.
people say that.
I
Okay,
mean, not
you
corny.
know,
It's
good word.
cliche. Sorry, it's
Okay,
cliche.
okay,
But I
all
mean,
right,
it's what we need.
right,
They wrote a song about it. Love's in need. No, of love today. Love needs love. You
right.
know.
Yeah,
So yeah, love across the world. You know, it's not even. I can't even be selfish in that moment because I feel if it, well, I can because it will come back to me. If there's love across the world and everybody's on the same page, nobody's warring, and it's all about peace and love, I think life would be so much better, man.
yeah. No, no, you're right. You're right, and it'll be a little easier, so we can kind of agree on that.
And I think you'd make a great genie.
I
I'm
I
just
think
saying.
I think I would too with all that
The
smoke and
romantic
everything.
funny genie. That should be your new name.
I'll try it out. Maybe one day
Yeah.
it'll come out.
Yeah,
I'll
you
work it
come
out.
out of a Corona bottle. No, don't come out of a Corona bottle. Never
Nah,
mind.
nah,
Nope.
nah.
Not a
No
Corona.
Corona.
Not a Corona bottle.
All right. So we go to the next one. There's respect.
Mm.
There's love. There's honesty, and there's trust. Respect, honesty, and trust. For this show, you're allowed to get rid of one of those and have a successful relationship. Which one are you getting rid of if you have respect, honesty, and trust?
Respect, honesty, trust. I get rid of one of them.
You get rid of one of them. You get rid of one and keep the rest.
I'll get rid of I'll get rid of honesty because the truth hurts.
Sometimes you're correct.
You
Go
see what
ahead.
I'm saying? So yeah, right? And people say they want honesty, but if I give you the honesty, you may not like what you hear. I would rather you respect me and trust me. I'd rather I respect you and trust you. I say this time and time again. If you can't trust me, let me know. If I can't trust you, I'll let you know. Because if we don't have trust, then we really can't go anywhere, in my opinion.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so honesty is
Honesty
pretty
goes
much
out
out
the
the
window.
window.
Okay. So not a problem. What are three
That's tonight
things?
for this show.
Just. Hey, look, I got to
tomorrow's
accept whatever
price
answer. It,
tomorrow's price is not
it,
the same
it'll be
as
another answer.
today's price.
Whatever you want to do. Give me three things that you love about the world. Three things that you love about the world.
Three things I love about the world.
Yes,
That's
sir.
interview 101. You repeat the question while you're thinking.
Got to do it sometimes. Got to do it
Yes.
sometimes.
Three things I love about the world. It's beauty. It's balance sometime. And ooh, it's beauty, it's balance. I'm gonna try something else without a B. Beauty, balance. Wow. and the sections of love that it shows.
And when you say sections of love, you mean exactly what?
And that kind of goes into the balance, you know. I mean, because there's times when the world is or what did I say? Sections of love, right? There's sections of the world that are on the same page and that are loving and spread love and show love. But then there's the other part that's not so lovable, you know.
Right.
Yeah, and that's why I say the balance, you know, because you have the good and the bad, you know, the positive and the negative, you know, it creates that balance. But hey, let's tip the scales with love, man. Peace and love, man.
You got it. All right,
Peace
so
and love.
let's go with let's figure this out. On a scale of 1 to 10, which it could be more, it might be 1,000, it might be 5,000, it might be less. But on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you rate your love? Steven Strickland's love.
My love for what? My
Just
love period.
Your love period as a person.
Wow. Okay. So
now you can use this because some people look at this as there's some conceit in this, but no, it's how you really, truly, honestly rate yourself on how loving you are.
Okay.
Or what type of person you are.
Okay. So here it is. I'll preempt it with this. You know, black people always got to change stuff. You can't, in my opinion, what I've learned, you can't truly love someone else unless you love yourself. I have moments where I don't love myself. So therefore I can't really totally love someone and love on someone. However, I'm going to say 8. I'll say 8 and 2 possibles. So it's like an 8 because there's always room for improvement. You know what I mean? People can say 10, but then when you check them on certain things, it's like, oh yeah, that time I really didn't love right. So yeah, let me scale back and, you know,
and there's
give
growth.
that 8.
Sometimes you grow. Again, it's totally who you are.
Yeah,
as a person. Yeah. So you give yourself an 8, and that's honesty.
Yep, I give myself an 8.
All right, give me 3 things that are not attractive, that are unattractive about people, that are honestly underlying that you've ran across that pretty much people have that are unattractive. 3 things that are unattractive.
3 unattractive things in people.
Yes.
Littering, which is a huge pet peeve of mine. Littering. This is water. I promise it is water. I just haven't done an interview in a long time. Littering. What else? Not understanding or not taking the time to listen and or understand.
Okay.
And 1, 2. Just being nasty and having an attitude all the time. Again, we don't know what people go through, but you can't give that attitude to everybody because everybody's not giving you that attitude. So littering, not taking the time to listen and understand, and having a nasty attitude all the time.
All right. Let me ask you, because I'm sure a lot of the ladies would like to know this. What's your longest time that you've had before you told someone you love them? You might have fought with yourself. You might have, you know what I mean? You didn't want to tell the person. What's the longest period of time that it took you to say, I love you?
Honestly, I do not remember. Honestly, I don't remember because I don't think you can put a time limit on how long it takes to love someone.
You can't.
You can put a time limit on how long it takes you to learn someone, but you can fall in love with that person before you totally learn them.
That's why I asked you.
You learn them, you might fall out of love, but
right.
I don't think there's really a time limit. But I can't really remember how long it took me. Took me to tell somebody that.
That's an honest answer. So you don't change my question up. It's you personally. What's the longest time that it took you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't remember.
So you can't remember that, and
that's
an honest answer. That's a totally honest answer.
Lock it in. Pay the bill.
You got you have a female that comes to you and says, "Mr. Strickland, Mr. Strickland."
Oh, Mr. Strickland. How young is she?
She's young. She's young enough.
Excuse me, Mr.
Just say
Strickland.
Mr. Strickland. Yeah,
Could you show me where the bathroom is?
being respectful. She needs to know. She wants to know how to deal with guys. You're a male. You've matured. What's the line that you give her, or not line? What's the honesty that you tell her on how to deal with guys? Or be, and I ask my females the opposite questions, but I'm asking you as a male, a female comes to you. What do you tell her?
Take your time, learn this person, learn what you like about him, what you don't like about him, and if the good outweigh the bads, and you're willing to take on the bads, that's up to you. But move at your own pace and move in your own time. I mean, like, figure out what you want. Like, be observant. Be observant of that person that you might like, or the type of guys you might like, and be observant, and learn that person. Get to learn them, get to know them, and weigh it out. If you think their goods outweigh their bads, and there can be a compromise there. I don't know, but yeah, if just take your time. Don't rush.
All right, that's a good answer. Just to let you know, we've got about 6 minutes left, 6-7 minutes left, and I want to get to this game. So once again, tell them how to get in touch with you really quickly, and then we jump into your favorites, which are one-word answers.
Okay,
right?
Copy that.
Tell them how to get to them.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, I am Steven Strickland. I am just a kid from Newark, New Jersey. Brick City, stand up. You can call me Mr. Do What You love what you do. Apparel coming soon, 3/1/22. I'm dropping my hoodie line. Do what you love what you do. Anyway, you can find me again right on on Facebook. There it is. My name is Steven Strickland. You can find me on Instagram. I am Steven Strickland. Also on Instagram, Strickland Media Group. If you want to email me, you can email me at either strictlytalent1, that's STRICKLY. It's a play on my last name, strictlytalent1@gmail.com, or stricklandmediagroup1@gmail.com. If you want to hire me for a job, you can reach out to my manager at Baker Management, Jamie Baker, at filmbaker1@gmail.com.
All right, brother. Now, as you see, we're into our favorites right now, and these are basically want to find out your favorite things, your favorite sevens. So you answer these with one word, and then maybe if we have time at the end, we'll go into something else. But right now, we're running low on time. So, your favorite food. Let's get right into it. Favorite
food, rice.
Rice. Any kind
Uncle
of rice?
Ben's converted white rice, to be exact. Right. But I love rice.
All right. Your favorite book.
My favorite book, Charlotte's Web.
Charlotte's Web, good one. Okay, all right. Your favorite movie.
Love this one. People won't guess this. My favorite all-time movie is Grease.
All right. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Your favorite.
I had a huge crush on Olivia Newton-John.
Who didn't? Who didn't at that time?
I wanted to get physical when I was young.
Your favorite flower. Your favorite flower.
Favorite flower.
Yes.
Wow. Tulips. Or is it tulip? Is it tulip or tulips?
Tulips.
Tulips.
Okay, cool. Your favorite drink. Alcohol or non-alcohol? It could be either one.
Oh my God. Favorite drink, non-alcohol, is Kool-Aid. Alcoholic. I'm a lightweight, so it's Malibu.
Okay. All right.
Malibu / Moscato. Either of those. Yeah, I'm a lightweight.
Sounds good. Your favorite TV show?
Yes. All time, Cosby Show.
Okay, Cosby Show.
And then the one I'm going to be starring on, in the future. That'll be my favorite show. But right now, it's still the Cosby
I was going to
Show.
say, let's jump really quickly. We got some time. Your favorite singer?
Favorite singer.
Favorite singer.
Male singer. I got to get
right
it
now.
I can't do it.
Well, we'll do both. Do both,
huh?
Male and female.
Okay. Favorite male singer is Pastor Marvin L. Winans of the Gospel Royalty Winans Group. His voice is amazing.
Okay.
Favorite female singer. I wish she was bigger than she was, but Melanie Daniels. For those who don't know her, look her up. Melonie Daniels. She was the the musical director, and she sang background for Mariah Carey.
Okay.
The tall light skinned lady that was next to Mariah. Yeah.
All right. Favorite vacation spot.
You know what? I haven't been on many vacations
Okay.
because I was using my vacation time to go, audition for acting
Where
roles.
would you like to go?
So right now, I have had the pleasure of going to Bermuda. So that I would say right now, Bermuda is my favorite place.
Okay. Favorite song.
Favorite song by the Winans. It's called Finders Keepers.
And this will go back as number 7. Favorite romantic position.
My favorite romantic position.
It could be a physical position or either or. So there's no limits on your
Here we
number
go.
7.
Favorite romantic position. Slow dance. It's romantic, man.
You know what? I'm gonna let
Now,
you
if
go
you
on.
said sexual position, that's different. But you
All
said
right,
romantic.
I'm gonna let you slide on that one.
Thank you.
I'll let you go on that one, and man, I want to let you know you have just knocked out the 7 favorite 7 of his. Thank you so much for joining Steven Strickland. You can catch him, man, anywhere, everywhere, doing his thing. Appreciate you stopping by the show, man.
Man, it's a pleasure, man. I'm looking forward to coming back. When I'm blessed to do more things and we can chop it up some more, man. We got to get together, bro.
We can definitely do that
in real
man.
life.
No doubt, no doubt. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to After Dark with Shawn Cornelius and coming through and hanging out with us. We had a great time tonight on the show. Once again, get Steven's stuff and reach out to him and let him know you love him. And I want to tell you guys to go with God in your heart. Have a peace of mind. Have a wonderful, wonderful tomorrow. And wear your masks. Stay safe. And as my mom and dad would say, God bless you. And good night. Mr. Strickland, hang out. Stay there. Thank you so much for joining me.
All right, man. Always remember, do what you love what you do.
You got it.